I'm sitting here running my mouth and I have no sound. Thank you, Parent. I totally forgot to unmute it. My bad. I'm running my mouth. Okay. Well, good morning. How is everybody? Tomorrow's going to be 71. Um, wow. It's one of those days. No, actually, if you hear a noise in the background, I was explaining, as you saw my feet, I'm showing you these because my feet are cold. So I have my little space heater running down here for a few minutes. But then, of course, I'll end up getting hot and going, you know. Um, but yeah, so I was a big old dummy and didn't have the sound on. Wow, love that. Way to start the day. And it actually hasn't been that bad of a day. Um, but good morning, Mike. How are you? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but we go. I was telling you, Jimmy's Seafood Buffet is open starting tomorrow, and some people are like, "Wow, I can't spend all that money on an all-you-can-eat buffet." But I was explaining, like Mr. D and I, every now and then we'll treat ourselves to what you call it, crab legs. He'll stop and buy them, bring them home, and I'll steam them and that kind of stuff. Well, normally he'll pick up about like 5 pounds, basically. And if you do the math, like say they're 5 pounds and they're $25 a pound, that's like 125 bucks. So right there, that's already like the 60 some odd dollars a piece. But we're only eating crab legs. We don't get the shrimp. We don't get the corn on the cob. We don't get the clams. We don't get the mussels. We don't get the lobster tails. We don't get this. We don't get that. So it's really actually, if you look at it that way, it's not a bad deal. If you don't eat like for a while and you're really hungry when you go and you just take your time and just start eating all the steamed seafood, it works out well. I will tell you that. But yeah, so a lot of people, like I said, I've heard different people, different friends, like, wow, that's an awful lot to spend on a one meal. But if you went and got it yourself, like I said, because I mean, literally, Mr. D and I, between the two of us, especially him, he probably eats 3 pounds. I probably eat 2 pounds of crab legs, which is really only like the clusters and the claws, um, or the clusters on the little knot. You know what I'm talking about? Um, and so it's really not. It's actually a bargain if you look at it that way, and it is. And I don't know, but they do lobster tails. They have like all these different crab legs and shrimp and mussels and clams and shrimp and let me see, they have just everything. They have calamari. I love calamari, but they have and then they even have non-seafood stuff, ham and ribs and barbecue and corn on the cob and green beans and that kind of stuff. Plus, they also have like fresh mahi, fresh tuna. It's cold up here in Southern Virginia. Whereabouts in Southern Virginia are you, John? And actually, right now it's only in the 40s here, so we're not far off. But I saw, what did I see? Did I see snow possibly? No, that was up north. Never mind. That was yesterday. All right, now I'm warm. Now I gotta turn this off. Okay. Now you can probably hear me better anyway. Phew. Yeah, now it's warm in here. Danville. Okay, I know where Danville is. I know exactly where Danville is, I think. Just kidding. So I'm gonna show you guys this. Yeah, I got a time. All right, so the way I'm looking is where I normally sit. And behind where I sit is the banner that's there. And then back in January, when I had my birthday, they got me this balloon. And check this out. My balloon is still floating. Like it's still there. It has not dropped to the floor yet, which is pretty cool. Good morning, Victoria. Ah, Lord have mercy. What are you guys up to? Anything exciting? But I am going to talk about if you found something, which we only have a minute and 40 seconds left. Some woman in North Carolina, she bought a purse from an estate sale for $1. $1. And she ended up having a real Cartier bag worth thousands of dollars. So she ended up selling it at another auction for $7,400. How come I can't have that luck? I go to yard sales. I stop by garage sales. I go through, because they always say, one man's junk is another man's treasure. Or in my case, one woman's junk is another woman's treasure. But how come I can't be lucky enough to hold on here. I got to talk about 45 seconds. But how come I can't be lucky enough to find like that kind of treasure? Or or the pickers, or not the pickers, the antique roadshow or whatever. You see these people that will go and, you know, find a painting upstairs in a house that they bought, and they take it in, and it's worth like, hundreds of thousands of dollars. How come I'm not that lucky? I find nothing that's worth anything. Nothing. But hang on, I gotta talk. Killer Hits 102.5 The Shark. Bill and Cindy in the morning with the motels there and only the lonely. Good morning. It is 8:09 and we are live on Facebook if you want to join us, by the way. Go to facebook.com/102.5 The Shark. Forecast looks sunny, breezy today, high along the coast at 50, close to 60 inland, clear tonight down to 40, and then tomorrow mostly sunny, breezy, 71 along the coast and inland. We're all going to be around the same thing, and we're going to have wind gusts of up to 25 miles an hour. Looking around the area, though, right now in Collington is 47, Grandy is 48, and we have 49 here at 102.5 The Shark. So on Facebook, I just told everybody there, which, how come I don't have this luck? There's a woman in North Carolina, her name is Chandler West. She bought a purse from an estate sale for $1. $1, just 100 pennies, $1, whatever you want to say. Then she found out that she actually had a real Cartier bag worth thousands. She made the purchase in 2021 and said at the fine, quote, I just thought it looked old. After some research, she found the Cartier engraved on the bag's clasp. So a jeweler that she took it to confirmed that one, the diamonds on the purse were real, and she had a genuine 1920s Cartier Art Deco bag on her hands. So in February, I guess she found a place that would sell it for her at an auction. She got $7,400 for it. $7,400 for something that she paid $1 for. I mean, like seriously, what? That's crazy. You guys ever get a bargain like that? You ever go to a yard sale, like find something, a painting or something, and then discover, oh, you know what? Wait a minute, this has something hidden in the back of it. Oh my gosh, there's $100,000. Yeah, no. I go to the yard sale, I buy something, I take it home, and it breaks. That's my luck. How about you? All right. Oh Lord, have mercy. Um. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking. Oh, parent has another double today. Well, parent, I God bless you for working doubles all the time. That's just I'd probably pass out. Actually, no, I do it sometimes, just not very often. Um, but no, a value really was found on. See, why can't I be the one that finds them? I mean, she found a purse, bought it for $1. Yeah, I'll give you $1 for this. It looks kind of cool and old and retro, and I'll take it. And then $7,400 later, yeah, wow, I never had that kind of luck. I'll buy something and then decide, you know what? Oh, so she's off. See, I'm not off tomorrow. I have to work tomorrow, parent. Um, but yeah, how come I can never find something like that? How come I can't ever have any deals like that or hidden treasures? Even like my grandmother's house. It was built in the, oh gosh, I found out way earlier than what I thought it was, but it was like late 1700s, mid 1700s, I think. And she lived there, yeah, after obviously she married my grandfather, and then they had their family. They raised, well, my two of my uncles never moved out. They continued living there because my grandfather died in 1960, I believe. So they didn't want my grandmother to be alone. So they stayed there with my grandmother and helped her take care of because it was a big farm. Well, we just recently had the inside gutted out because my uncle passed away, and it needed it. It had the old plaster walls and they were cracking, and the wallpaper, I think, was the wallpaper from when it was up before I was born, and I'm 53 years old. So the wallpaper was easily like 60 years old. But it just needed a total. I am not working on Saturday on Bill's spot. Ha ha ha. I am not. Mike just asked that question. No, Bill is working. He's across the hall. So he's still here. I mean, I could like actually walk over there. Well, the camera won't reach that far, but I could go over there with my phone if I decided and say, hey, look. But no, I'm not. Bill's going to come in and work. Because, see, I'm not a boss, so I don't have that extra responsibility of coming in on Saturdays and making sure things are working well. I'm just an employee, so I get to stay home and do nothing. Because that's why he gets paid the big bucks and I don't. But anyway, so, but we went through and we found out like really cool things. And my grandmother's kitchen, they did add that on in like the early 1900s, I believe. But yeah, it was 1926 actually, because I remember seeing they used newspapers for the wall, for the insulation in the kitchen, which kind of explains why it wasn't very warm in there ever. But they had like a wood stove thing in there, whatever. But it that explains a lot. But yeah, there was newspapers in the walls as insulation. But my brother, he went down there and was helping him clean out, and he, hopefully looking for treasure. But we didn't really find any treasures other than like my grandmother's homemade jam that she made in like 1978 or something that was still in a jar on the shelf. Um, Original Salvador Dali painting. The clerk discovered the hotline. Oh, that is really cool. Oh, okay. So what happened last night on the radio? It was dead. We are in the process of shifting. We have a thing called a server room. All the computers that like run the radio stations, like I'll show you over here. Hold on. You've seen it before, but I'll show you again. Like this right here, if you can see my little light there. But that computer right there obviously is hooked to a server, of a main server, because most computers are like systems like that are hooked to a server. And we have a server room. And we are in the process of moving that server room. And I'm guessing what happened was they disconnected the connection to it or whatever, because it basically, this computer hooks to a computer that then hooks to a thing that goes to our transmitter site and transmits the signal. Well, whatever computer that hooks to the transmitter site or whatever sends the signal to our transmitter site, that's what they moved. But the streaming goes directly from this to a streaming computer. So the streaming computer is still working, but the main on air one did probably go down. I'm not quite sure what time that was, but we did get an email from that. We got an email from our engineer saying, by the way, it may knock you guys off the air sporadically at different times for different amounts of time until we get it right, but please have some patience with us. In order to do this, this is what has to be done, which makes sense. So a Salvador Dali painting, the clerk discovered it at the hotline paint. See, I want one. I might have to go start like thrift shopping or something, because that would be so cool. I mean, just imagine. What time? Do you know what time it went out last night, Karen? And see, if I didn't go to bed till 11:18 last night, or if I was awake at 11:18 last night, there's no way I would be awake right now. Actually, no, I probably would. I can only sleep for like 6 hours. Yeah, just curious what time it went out, because I was not aware of this. Because I was probably going, because I think I did fall asleep on the couch last night, and Mr. D had to go, babe, come on, bed now. Let's go. It's more comfortable back there. I said, oh, okay. And we've gotten into watching the beach bargain hunter thing shows. And last night, it wasn't a beach bargain hunting thing. I'm not sure exactly what it was called, but these people were looking for houses. Oh, okay. So you're not okay. So it might have been out for about 45 minutes or so that last night, maybe, or half an hour even. Um, but these people lived in, I want to say they lived in Hawaii. Yeah, they did live in Hawaii. And they decided, let's move to Alaska near Fairbanks, where the high during the summertime, in the daytime, in the peak of the midsummer, July, dog days of summer, is only like 55 degrees. Great idea. Are they crazy? Then there was another couple that decided to move from Arizona to Fairbanks. And I'm going, really? And then another couple from Kentucky that decided to move to Fairbanks. Now, granted, it was gorgeous. The views were beautiful, but they had these big, huge, I guess it was like no, they didn't have cisterns. There were big, huge, like 1,000-gallon water tanks in their basement. And once a month, they would have to have somebody bring them water. Well, I'm thinking to myself, in the wintertime, when there's 8 feet of snow on the ground, how in the world are they going to get water? I just, I thought that was a little crazy. Just a little bit crazy. Yeah. Just not my cup of tea. Um, Hold on 1 second here. I'm going to check something over here to make sure I'm good to go over there. Today in music history is coming up in just a couple minutes. Oh, yep, I got it. I got it. All right. And I got my word. I think Gary's probably traveling, which is why he's not watching. But yeah, so I put my word in for Bojangles. So we're good to go there. What else did I want to tell you guys about? Oh, some kid. It was kind of the whole being in Alaska thing or whatever. But he wasn't in Alaska. He's actually in Britain somewhere. His name is Max Woozy. He slept in a tent for 3 years to raise money for charity. Well, his original goal was $120. Well, he ended up raising $860,000. I don't know why I don't have sound. I'm still there, aren't I? I should still be there. Am I not there? No sound? You have sound? Uh-oh. Okay. I don't know why there's no sound. That's a little odd. I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, so what happened? No, this kid, he ended up sleeping in a tent for 3 years to raise money for this. He was inspired by his neighbor, his name is Rick, who died of cancer. The little boy said, "He gave me a tent and told me to have an adventure." So the boy chronicled his project on social media, even spent nights in the London Zoo and Twickenham rugby grounds over the years. But he was there for 3 years, slept in a tent. He finally decided to come back inside. He went out on March 28th of 2020, and he came in 3 years later, $860,000 later as well. And he's, by the way, going to give the money to the North Devonshire or North Devon Hospice. Do I have sound again? Do I have sound? Am I talking to nothing? Why am I not having a good day? What's wrong with me? I'm well lit, but I have no sound. No sound. No. Okay, it's fine. We'll get through this. I wonder why. Do I have sound? Can you guys hear me? Yes? No? I don't know. Oh, I hear you. Okay. All right. Thank you, Victoria. Ah, I felt like I was talking to the wall. Well, I kind of am because the wall's in front of me and I'm talking. Okay, on laptop, but not on phone. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why I don't have sound. All right, do I have time for one more song? I'm gonna say no. So I'm thinking we're gonna go here about 46 seconds, and we'll go ahead and do our. Yeah. Or if I need more time, I'll come back to that. All right. So for 1 second here, guys, I'm gonna have to change screens, but I can still look over there and see you. We're riding on the storm. Love this song. The Doors. Jim Morrison. Unique character. All right. On a nice hot summer night, a nice storm is kind of neat. I don't know what's going on my phone. It's buzzing for some reason. I don't know why. Killer Hits 102.5, The Shark. Bill and Cindy in the mornings, Killer Hits all day. That is The Doors and Riders on the Storm. Good morning. It is 8:22, just about anyway. Mostly sunny, breezy today. And your forecast is brought to you by Atlantic Dentistry, OBX. Welcoming new patients, 2 locations, Kitty Hawk and Minio. They fix smiles, not teeth. AtlanticDentistry.com. You can find them there. But we are going to have, as I said, sunshine, breezy along the coast today, high 50, closer to 60 for the inland areas. Clear tonight, down to 40. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny, breezy, winds could gust up to 25 miles an hour with high of 71. I will take it. How about you? All right, today in Music Moments, brought to you by Tap That OPX. Tap That OBX, if I can speak. Open until 9 p.m. with your favorite beers, bourbons, and tequilas. Free pool, foosball, and shuffleboard. Come hang out with your friends and relax in their new laid-back space in Kitty Hawk. It's called Tap That OBX. In 2013, music producer and pioneer of digital recording, Phil Ramone, died at age of 79. He was regarded as one of the most successful producers in history, winning 14 Grammy Awards and working with stars such as Ray Charles, Bob Dylan, Elton John, and Paul McCartney. He produced the first major commercial release on CD, Billy Joel's 1982 album, 52nd Street. Ramon had been hospitalized for several weeks and was being treated with aortic aneurysm. In 2000, Rolling Stones' Mick Jagger made a nostalgic visit to his old school. He opened the new art center that had been named after him at Dartford Grammar. The singer said he had spent the worst years of his life at that school. That's not very good, endorsement. In 1991, Gloria Estefan started a 2-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles chart with Coming Out of the Dark. In 1985, Phil Collins started a 2-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles chart with One More Night. It was his second U.S. #1 hit. In 1976, punk pioneers, the Sex Pistols, played their first gig at the 100 Club in London with an audience of only 50 people. In 1974, John Denver went on to #1 on the U.S. singles chart with Sunshine on My Shoulders. It was the singer's first of 4 U.S. #1 hits. In 1967, the cover picture of the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper album was photographed. That was in 1967 they photographed that. A couple of celebrity birthdays for the music world. Norah Jones, she is a pianist, a vocalist as well, and a singer-songwriter. She is 44 years old today. Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On. I thought she was much older than this, but she is 55 today. MC Hammer, can't touch this, whoa, whoa, whoa. He is 61 today. And guitar legend, the one and only Old Slow Hand, Eric Clapton, is 78 years old. And that is today in music history. And now it's vote time. It's time for your chance to be a winner of a 2-piece chicken dinner from Bojangles. All you have to do is qualify, first of all. And to do that, you can send the word sunshine, SUNSHINE, to 252-441-1025, as in Sunshine on My Shoulders, the first of 4 U.S. #1 hits happening this day in 1974 by John Denver. Text it to 252-441-1025. Qualify for some chicken dinner from Bojangles. News and weather together coming up within 10 minutes. Also, John Sebastian, welcome back, on the way next. All right. You hate the Doors. See, I guess because I read the book, and Jim Morrison was a fascinating person. That's why I like the Doors. And it's weird. There's some band, whatever. It's like some people, if I read their biography and find out things, I'm like, oh, wow, okay. And I look at the person totally different. Perfect example. I was not a huge Howard Stern fan. Everybody liked Howard Stern, now he's on Sirius XM and all that, but the big shock jock, blah, blah, married to Beth and married to whoever, Beth is whatever, but come on in, ladies and gentlemen.
How you doing?
The one and only, the man, the myth, the legend. It's Mr. It's warm in here.
It smells good in here,
it's
too.
My candle.
What kind of candle you got going on? Hey,
I don't know what it is. It's a lavender or something. I don't know.
That's what I was smelling. It smells like Grandma's bathroom in here.
Yeah, it should. No, that was me farting.
Ah!
I'm kidding.
Hold on just a second.
I'm kidding.
I'm glad I brought a prop. Jeez.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, Cindy, she's not afraid to go there. You know what I mean?
So,
guys, you can't see right. What you got going
on?
Oh, there. Okay. All right.
That one.
Look.
So Mike wanted to know if I'm doing your shift on Saturday morning. And I said, oh, heck no. I'm not the boss. I don't get paid the big bucks like you do.
Mike, chill out, dude. All right. Sleep in. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Oh, and then evidently parents said we were off the air last night she walked in the bedroom around 10:50, and by 11:18 it was back on. So I explained that our engineers were moving some equipment from one room to another room.
And it's going to be done after dark.
Yep. She also said that it was still on the stream though.
Well, that's okay because the stream's still working.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's getting to the transmitter. That was something.
I was right.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, I said, we have this computer.
Yeah.
And I showed him a picture, put the camera, and said, this goes to another room that has computers. I said, then there's a computer that takes it to the transmitter site, which is in Columbia. And so they were moving. Bill, you're bright.
I know. Light bright. 2 days in a row.
What is going on with Bill?
I'm getting some sun. Maybe that's what it is.
I don't think so.
Listen, something's happened. I've had an epiphany.
Oh, go ahead.
A couple of weeks ago, we were at the Outer Banks Women's Entrepreneurs
the Expo.
Mm-hmm. Kim Twitty.
Mhm.
I was talking to her about this entrepreneur thing. It's like, look, at what level can you be an entrepreneur? She says, look, you can do anything you want.
Okay.
You can come up with your own products. You can make them. You can sell your own stuff, whatever you want to do. So I was sitting around Jim's studio 'cause I'm doing the show for him on the
Right,
coast
right,
this
right.
week,
Okay. Yeah.
and I'm looking at all this stuff that Jim does not need, like this. This, I mean, come on. He lives at the beach. He does not need a postcard for the beach. So this is up for sale. He's not here, and I know he doesn't need any sea salt, so we're gonna get rid of this too.
Because he's got the whole ocean full of sea salt.
Absolutely, it's 2 blocks away. And his coffee mug. Now you might be saying, Bill, this is a man's coffee mug. Slightly used, as you can see. In fact, he doesn't wash these things out. I will personally wash this out if you choose to buy it. Okay. Now it is a Lions Club VIP fishing tournament mug. Okay. It's a real big deal around here, and it's coveted, so you can own it. So it's entrepreneurship at its best. I know it's a little bit of a gray area. I know what.
We were just talking about a woman named Chandler West of North Carolina
Yeah.
who bought a purse from an estate sale back in 2021 for $1.
Okay.
She found out it was a real Cartier bag. It had real diamonds on it. She sold it for $7,400. So maybe
Well, hang on a
there's
second.
something hidden in these
Yeah.
treasures that you can buy.
These might be for sale. I'm gonna check on these. Have a good
They
day.
might be. You know, they
care,
might
guys.
be that hidden treasure.
I'll be back Monday.
They might be that hidden treasure. You never know. See, that's what I'm talking about. Why can't I like do something like that? Anyway. All right. Well, guys, I'm going to start rolling the credits now that Bill's made me laugh. And actually, I'll be honest, because he kind of made me laugh. Now I gotta go pee. So I gotta cut this short. But the credits are rolling now. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And I promise tomorrow when I start up, I'll have my microphone so you can actually hear me, okay? All right. Bye, guys. Take care. Enjoy the day. See you tomorrow. If I can push end, because I'm going to pee my pants.